Wind guide me.
The next move is... You are... No, never mind. I'm here for the carnival as well. I love hearing them. Kind stranger. I'm sorry, but I can't stay here any longer. My name? It's... No. I'm... Cartothea. Yes, that's right. Cartothea. Farewell, Laureate. I hope that someday I might stand on stage with your troupe.
Are you all right? Some family members mentioned you were speaking to a wall. I'm worried you might still be under frivolity. See who? Are you truly all right? Cartothea. I'll make a note of it. If she was indeed here, she is likely still in Raguna.
There are still many unresolved questions regarding the Order and the Sentinel. We need time to sort through what we've gathered. Rushing into action now might only alert the Order's spies and disrupt what we've worked so hard to protect.
You're right, Cartothea. If we find out anything, I'll contact you. Until then, as you said, let's keep this carnival going. Cartothea. If we find out anything, I'll contact. Let's keep this carnival going.
Were you awake, Rover? I trust you had a restful sleep. We have uncovered some new information about the Sentinel. Please join us at the family safe house. I've sent the address to your terminal. Brant and Rotia are also here. We are awaiting your arrival.
Against the wind. Against the wind. Against the wind.
Raise your glasses! Shout it loud, friends! To us, a name that echoes through the world.
Don't be fooled by how he looks. Brant is already. Oh, let him enjoy himself. Drink your fill, everyone. This round's on me.
I see someone's been eavesdropping. A devout acolyte wouldn't enter some...
The Montelli family is known for its hospitality, but freeloaded.
Friends, let's keep...
Come, let's discuss the information we've gathered so far. During the carnival, you heard the Sentinel's voice and found a girl named Cartathea. We've dug up some information on her. In the Order, every high-ranking acolyte is given a new name. We contacted the acolyte Phoebe, but the Blessed Maiden... she martyred herself. The family will uncover them.
Judging by your...
Do you recall if one of the two are... Remember Gilbert as he tells it? The Phasalia... It's hard to believe.
The Phasalia family...
We will attempt to establish contact with... Rest assured.
Excuse me for the interrupt. The Primus wishes to invite...
How cute...
It could very well...
I'm merely conveying the Primus's...
Remember, you're not alone. If anything happens, just let us know.
Very well. Please follow me.
Speeding up. Speeding up.
Never before the birds sing. Come close. I am fin. Please, I ask you to deliver this all more. I understand by the great sentinel. You have walked. However, if you wish, I see the thirst for flirted 20 years ago. Do you know, in Renaissance, the that trap the blessed, yet I receive, therefore.
He said she once again resonated with the Sentinel. Was that really a second resonance awakening? Sentinel Jue had a trial with Jin Shi, but my permission was needed to transfer the Sentinel's power.
I swear, I see in your the dark fleur-de-lis. You must, as this fleur-de-lis. This is the truth.
How can that be? That blessed meeting. But we saw now my head hurt. Well,
all the clues we've gathered so far point to the Threnodian, and the Phasalia family worships the Threnodian. We'll have to wait for Carlotta to arrange an audience with them. Something tells me this carnival is just the beginning. There's more ahead. I'm sure of it.
Frolova, you do have a knack for indulging in...
Why, there's no rule against an actor making good use of the intermission. Besides, I haven't disrupted your arrangement, have I? The one from a faraway land who does the possibility of the second. Was the Blessed Maiden a resonator for the Sentinel or the Threnodian? Or both? If so, Cristoforo, speaking of which...
Frolova, it seems we walk different paths. I don't share your fondness for that sort of puppet theater. I merely place the characters on their stage and they act out their fates, driven by their own volition. To remain courageous, even the most in their journey. I think you should leave your secluded mansion. Take a walk and listen to the voices scattered across the world.
Perhaps. From Huanglong to...
I am certain all things as before the tide humbles so.
Hello? Do you mind dropping by the Strand when you have time? Brent and Bartolino are away, and they put me in charge of the welcoming proceedings. I'm feeling a bit nervous about it. Part of me just wants to crawl into my box. Pero is all stressed out because of me. Pero. I tend to fumble with words when talking to people. I'm worried I won't do a good job accommodating everyone. If the laureate herself were here, I wouldn't be so nervous. It would make things easier. So, as our new laureate, we need your help.
You there, Abster? It's taking longer for Abby to react.
Hey,
Let's hear it.
didn't the Sentinels say they're locked? Well, how about I just fly up?
The tower is either too far to see, or it's totally covered by clouds. Otherwise, we would have seen some sign of it on the ground. In the shape you're in, are you sure you could fly that far?
Hey, come on!
Speeding up. Speeding up.
Music itself holds no emotion. Wow. Salutations, Rover. I was sent by Lady Carlotta to find... Surprise, surprise. Well,
If Carlotta asked,
Lady Carlotta told me she dispatched search teams soon after. That's why she asked...
recreate the frequency.
Well, it's the more details, the better. Let's see here. Now then, Rover.
Tune into my memories. Does that mean I'm supposed to see the past from another perspective?
Laureate. Our tacit marks are glowing again. What is the meaning of this?
Someone used their resonance ability to help me relive this moment, but this seems unexpected.
How did you first come to notice me?
The Sentinel. Imperator's voice guided me to you.
You heard the Sentinel's voice?
Well, Imperator called you the Lost, and Primus Fenrico claims you are the resonator for Leviathan, the Threnodian. But you really don't have any idea?
My memories are fragmented. I also remember fighting something. You seem deeply concerned about the Sentinel.
Whoa! Check. Basically, we're sort of...
This must be the frequency that's entangled within you. Yes. I feel it's freak. You said you heard the Sentinel's voice.
They spoke of being ensnared in an inverted tower suspended in the sky.
Ensnared? Does that... I'm sure you've noticed that my true form currently resides. I've sensed a voice calling out to me from the center for Threnodian.
It's not an...
Abby has a nose for these sort of things. We came across Threnodian powers before in Jinzhou, so it's safe to say Abby can be trusted.
Do you think I'm the Threnodian's resonator?
If we're making assumptions, let's err on the optimistic side first. Given your current situation, it is possible you were affected by the Threnodian's powers during your battle alongside Imperator. That could be the reason behind losing all your power, too.
I take it this theory would benefit you as well. After all, that unique echo, even in adventure tales, it's not always the witch who loses her memory. It could also be a blessed maiden, trying to regain her powers. In that case... Spending so much time alone, I've braced myself for...
I want to know what's going on with Imperator in that tower. And I want to speak with you in person. How can I reach your Sonorosphere?
A part of the Sonorosphere is actually on... I cannot leave, and no one can enter. I'm afraid that won't do. That barrier also acts... And the ruins, along with the tacit discords it houses...
You said no one can get in. Has anyone tried?
Yes. I've occasionally... Perhaps they know...
Any distinguishing features?
Almost like a deep-sea jellyfish. I wasn't able to get a... It would seem this resonance ability can only last for so long.
I'll look for a way to find this person you mentioned.
Something tells me you will keep your promise, no matter the outcome.
Rover? Oh, thank goodness. How are you feeling? Any... Phew. Wait a second. Did you actually fall asleep listening to my music? Oh.
No. It...
Helpful for your sleeping troubles. Wow. So my fourth girl... I have a...
Pardon the intrusion, my lady. My name is Sebastian. As per my lady's instructions, I have been entrusted with the honor of...
The Phasalia family? The one that's likely worshipping the Threnodian? Why does she want to talk with me?
My lady has expressed a desire to clear up some unfortunate misunderstandings that occurred previously.
Tell her I accept the invitation, but at a later time.
I will convey your message to my lady.
Didn't expect the head of the Phasalia family. She's just as I suppose you would. She's known. I've heard quite a... I have. Shadow of the Ancient. Hello. So, ready to dive right in? Well, their lineage even predates the Order of the Deep. Word is, stories about others say she's a master. If you're set on...
The way she describes the head of Phasalia reminds me of how Cardathia spoke about the wandering figure by the barrier. Can't rule out the possibility.
Speeding up. Shall we take a look? Speeding up. Against the wind. Against the wind. This is the answer to our endeavor. Against the wind. This should suffice for a while. Shall we take a look? Speeding up. Something you need? This is the answer to our endeavor. Winds lift me. Speeding up. Speeding up.
One more time.
Speeding up. Speeding up. Beware.
Roar! Swift and resolute. One with the sound. The hour is upon us.
Leave it to me. Embracing change. Endless reverberation.
Please.
I'm okay.
Swift and resolute. Strike from the shadows. The end has come. One more time.
Let me be your blade.
Tempest!
Please.
Doesn't matter. Shape the shapeless. Don't worry. Leave it to me. Acceptable damage.
Swift and resolute. No hesitation. I sense your weakness. One with the sounds. Strike from the shadows. Moment of resonance. Keep it together.
Let me be your blade. Please.
I can't take it. Embracing change. I can handle this.
One with the sounds. No hesitation. The end has come. Let me be there for everyone as we head toward our shared future, leaving the past behind.
Beware. Don't worry. Storm, hear my command.
Swift and resolute. I sense your weakness.
Speeding up. Against the wind. Against the winds. Speeding up. Shall we take a look?
No hesitation. The hour is upon us. Disperse one with the sound.
Let me be your blade. See.
Let the winds roar! Hey!
Against the wind.
Tempest! Precipitous! Swift and resolute. An unexpected discovery. Seems like a new discovery. Cherish every gain. Remnants of the past.
Speeding up. Beware. Speeding up. Speeding up. Speeding up.
Hello. I received Chacona's memo. To think the head of the Thessalians approached you when I was still in negotiations with her emissaries. Was it meant to be a diversion all along? They invited you and you alone. As a Montelli, I'm in no position to intervene. That being said, if the Thessalians try anything against you, I'll get you out. Even if it means storming through their front gates. In the meantime, I'll keep looking for more information and the person Cartathea mentioned to you. I'll call you as soon as I find anything.
Got it. Shall we take a look? Something you need? Shall we take a look? This is the answer to our endeavor. Against the winds. Shall we take a look? This should suffice for a while. Shall we take a look? This is the answer to our endeavor. Against the winds. Shall we take a look? Against the winds. Something you need? Against the winds. Shall we take a look? Against the winds. This should suffice for a while. Speeding up.
Now, if you'll please just follow me. One moment, please. I shall inform Milady of your arrival.
That won't be necessary. To keep our honored guest waiting would be most improper. Especially when it was I who extended the invitation. Cantarella Phasalia, 36th matriarch of the Phasalia family. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Honorable Laureate, the new crown of the Carnival. Very well. If you insist, I see no reason to refuse. You may also call me Cantarella. Now, shall we proceed to my study? Won't you have a seat? I hope you'll accept this tea as my way of apologizing for the incident with Gilberto. Members of the family may have troubled you, but there is no stain that can't be washed away. Every sorrow has its own way of fading, don't you think? You still hold a grudge. Won't you accept my apology?
This tea, is it from Jinzhou?
I invited you here to ask that you might serve as a mediator.
Before we get into that, there's something I want to know.
I imagine it concerns the Phasalia family's true beliefs. It would seem Gilberto's mind is beyond... But let's not dwell on that. What is your opinion on the current state of Raguna? So you've noticed something is amiss? As expected, from someone who's felt the weight of a Threnodian invasion firsthand. And what exactly do you
Why haven't the Threnodian and the Sentinel ever shown themselves?
Because the Threnodian, though the previous two attempts were thwarted, that now the blissfully ignorant mass... Friend or foe? As a newcomer to this land, can you really tell them apart? Yes. And no. On one hand, there's the truth of the Order's beliefs. On the other, there's our family. The Threnodian doesn't take kindly to those who know the truth. We've always been under its whispers. Once the soul... Now that we've come... My only hope is that once you learn everything, you will carefully consider my request. Come. The truth you seek lies in the deepest part of the castle.
It's thick with dust. Hard to believe they're truly worshipping it.
Curious about that
The aroma from these plants.
This is it. Are you prepared?
Yes.
Now that we're here, I'm afraid I can't let you leave, even if you want to. Just as I expected. The Threnodian took notice of you the moment you learned the truth. What you see in this sanctuary is the Sentinel in their true form. A majestic steed that galloped with the wind. Not a creature of the ocean's depths. The Order worships a half-horse, half-sea creature divinity. A form the Sentinel assumed only after being corrupted by the Threnodian. Although the Sentinel's will has yet to fade, who knows how much longer they can endure. I wish to ask you to persuade the Sentinel of Jinzhou, Jue, to come to Renacita, to save Imperator. In return, I will agree to whatever condition or request you make. I understand the position you are in. Word has it that you're currently staying at a hotel and are at odds with the Order. Perhaps a stay at my estate would suit you. For the remainder of your time in Renacita, I can offer you a glimpse of...
There might still be a path forward. Carlotta once helped me interpret some stained glass images. The story it told was very similar to what you described, only more biased towards the Order. It mentioned a maiden who would emerge as the Sentinel's resonator and later save Renacita. Do you think that's also a lie?
Care to elaborate? The part regarding the maiden isn't entirely fiction. The Sentinel does indeed appoint a maiden. That's because Imperator, with it, they can withdraw a portion of power. That power's frequency will match the Imperator's own. This is how the Sword of Divinity, Turvin, came to be. A blade sealed with the very powers of the Sentinel, and the artifact used to select their resonator. To resonate with the sword is to resonate with the Sentinel. Only the Chosen One may hope to draw it.
And what about Cardathea?
The martyred maiden. Perhaps she resonated with the Threnodian. But choosing her could not have been the Sentinel. The maiden was already dead. In the past, each year the Phasalia family would hold the Divine Trials to select those with the strongest will. These young women would attempt to resonate with Turvin's powers. While overclocked, of course. Though none succeeded, some saw fragments of the truth hidden within the resonance. I was one of them. There was a moment where I glimpsed the Sentinel's corrupted form and the inverted ruins suspended in the sky. I also learned that only Turvin can break the barrier of that sonorosphere. When I awoke from that vision, I would never mistake my own handwriting. That is precisely why I'm searching for other possibilities. The words were... The maiden is dead.
An inverted ruin suspended in the sky. Her and Cardathea's descriptions bear many similarities. If Turvin is the key to entering the Sonaro sphere, it stands to reason that Imperator may have played a role in the sphere's creation. If I can confirm that Turvin was truly left by Imperator, at least it would prove that neither are lying. Cantarella said she was overclocking when she tried resonating with Turvin. That's exactly what happened with Jinshi. Could Imperator be trying to restore their power through a second awakening? If that's the case, my permission should cause a reaction. That's one way to confirm what they're saying.
By all means. Rover, who are you really? The Sentinel's arbiter?
Well, I have some information and theories of my own.
Please. I would never have imagined someone already considered a martyr could still be alive. What surprises me even more is the connection you have with the Sentinel. We Thessalians revere Imperator as our one true divinity. And yet, here you stand, the arbiter of the Sentinel. Would it be more fitting to address you as Master? Then, I present my request once more. Are you willing to help rescue our Sentinel and pull Renacita back from the brink of chaos? Turvin can only serve its purpose while in your hands. You should have it.
The only question now is how we reach Cardathia and Imperator Sonaro Sphere.
We can discuss it on the way.
So you are the one that Cardathia sensed wandering outside the Sonaro Sphere.
A question that you already know the answer to. Why bother asking? Although being described as a jellyfish. There is a cable car in the lower levels of the Thessalia estate that leads directly to the Sonorosphere. The mechanism beside that wall can activate the lifts.
Are all these mechanisms really necessary?
Convenience isn't the only reason for having them. Some were specifically built in case an outsider decided to visit. You seem perturbed. Are you still gathering your thoughts?
Everything that's happened has all lined up so perfectly. It makes me think it's too good to be true.
I'd like to share a different perspective. Rivers eventually converge into the same ocean. If a goal is mutual, then it's only a matter of time before they meet. Our choices and our will have led us to this situation, not the wishes of fate.
You are quite different from what the rumors say.
Oh. And what rumors have you heard?
That you're a recluse, a mystic obsessed with the crafting of poison. Oh, and that you poisoned your predecessor. Those kinds of rumors.
A recluse? On the contrary, I've been searching for a solution to the Sentinel's plight, and rarely return to Renacita. After most of my leads fell short, a friend at Mingting in Huanglong introduced me to the stories they were telling of you.
A friend?
All the affairs of Huanglong states eventually land in one person's hands. Would you care to take a guess at the identity of this friend of mine?
Why not put the other rumors to rest?
Because the rest of them are all true. I see it'll take more than that to rattle you, huh? I assure you, this is no jest. We Thessalians have lived under the Threnodians' whispers for generations. Once the soul fractures, the mind will follow, until only a puppet remains. When the soul of the ruling head falters, Thessalia tradition dictates that the successor usher them into eternal slumber, with a poison of their own making. My succession ritual? Well, an unforeseen incident gave rise to whispers that sparked those rumors.
How long has this been going on?
For centuries. Every generation. Outside, they call me the Bane, but historically every head of the Thessalia family has carried such a title. It just so happens that I am the most potent one yet. We've reached the old seminary's undercrypt. The gateway into the Sonorosphere itself lies at its center. We shall continue on foot from here. Why not savor this, hmm? Strange. This area was clear of tacit discords on my last visit. And there's no tacit field nearby. Could they have come from the Sonorosphere itself?
Didn't think there would be gull puffs here.
Interesting. I've never seen such little creatures before. Would you mind sparing a few for me?
I better not ask what she plans to do with them.
The road ahead will not be an easy one.
What exactly happened here?
The second dark tide. It occurred right here at the Avenolium, the largest seminary ever built by the Order. It arrived on the very day the Blessed Maiden passed her trials and was crowned by the Order. A day when belief burned brighter than ever. And when the darkness came, none escaped. These days, what most people remember is the seminary disappearing into the sky. But in truth, the dark tide that should have spread across Rinascita vanished along with it. Yet due to a lack of records, the second dark tide slowly faded from memory. I was there when it all happened, still an ordinary member of the family, watching it on from a boat just outside the seminary. It wasn't until later, when I attempted to resonate with Turvin, that I gained a partial glimpse of the Sonorosphere's interior.
Sounds like someone inside the did something to stop the spread.
Precisely. It could very well have been Cartathia's doing, but, as with the first time, There's also the chance it was the Sentinel who turned the tide. I can sense the conflict within you, the temptation to trust your maiden. But it's best to keep those thoughts to yourself, for now. But the Threnodian knows where the heart is weakest, and it is there it strikes the hardest. Oh, this will be fun. Of course, it's never too late to place your trust when the evidence is clear. But now is not the time, is it? Who will sink into the depths with... Oh, this will be fun. Sink into the endless deep. Why not save it? Luck does seem to favor you. Why not savor this, The gateway into the Sonorosphere is just on the other side of this bridge. This is the furthest I've ever managed to venture. Judging from the bits of information the Sentinel gave me, Tervin is the key to entering the Sonorosphere. And who can wield the Sword of Divinity but a blessed maiden?
But you said you left yourself a message saying that the maiden was dead.
That's why I sought aid from the other Sentinels. It's a shame they all refused. Luckily, you've brought me a new hope.
Laureate, you have come. Greetings. I'm Cartathea, and you are?
Cantarella Phasalia.
Physalia. It seems your ties with the Order are more complicated than they appear.
I had the privilege of watching the Blessed Maiden's performance at the Carnival once. I'm rather surprised. After all this time, you still look exactly as you did that day. But you and I should be around the same age.
I'm also unsure of what's happened to me. I've been searching for answers. This must be the Sword of Divinity. Turvin. The one with the Sentinel's powers sealed within.
You shouldn't have knowledge of this sword.
Memories flowed into my mind just as you entered the Sonorosphere, granting me information about the sword's origins.
Cantarella said that only those who resonate with Turvin are granted glimpses of its knowledge.
Would you mind if I tried touching it? The question of whose resonator I am is now perfectly clear. If I am not the Sentinel's resonator, then that must mean...
Don't jump to conclusions just yet. That doesn't prove you're the Threnodian's resonator, nor that you aid its cause.
Huh? This connection formed between the Sentinel and the Threnodian, the second Dark Tide, and the forming of this Sonorosphere.
Right now, you're the sole survivor of whatever happened that day. You really don't remember anything?
As you spoke, I remembered a few more things. There are two other swords. The Sword of Discord, Hognis, and the Sword of Virtue, Haltia. Yes. Did you see them too? Placing the three swords on their respective pedestals should break the seal over the main tower. But why would this information be revealed to me now? Is this the Threnodians' doing?
If we do nothing, we'll never get any answers. Instead of speculating, we should use the clues we've gathered so far.
Lady Maiden.
Please, Cartathea would suffice. I am but a fake after all.
I've waited for this moment. This chance to save the Sentinel. And my family. I will not turn back, even if this does turn out to be a trap. If the thought of the final answer troubles you, then I suggest you step aside. Rover and I will take care of this matter.
Since you are willing to overlook the possibilities of a trap, then there's no reason for me to worry and turn away. I underestimated your resolve. I'm sorry. Simply place Turvin on the pedestal behind me, and this tower will elevate itself.
What you said to Cartathea back there,
Rather effective on someone of her personality. Wouldn't you agree?
Are you all right? The gravity that occupies this space is the opposite of what you're used to. It took me some time to get used to it too. I believe it's to prevent them from falling to the ground. Tacit discords, the dark tide, and these ruins themselves.
I imagine it's also a symbolic reminder that our beliefs have been turned on their head. This view matches with what I saw at the time.
Until you get used to the gravity here, I suggest we travel via phone. It's the name I gave to a gondola.
Let me be there for everyone, as we head toward our shared future, leaving the past behind.
This gondola only has 2 seats.
Oh dear, I completely forgot about this.
Greed will get you punished, you know.
I'm afraid Foam would refuse that suggestion.
The 2 of you can go on ahead.
You look distracted. Still thinking about what Cantarella said about fearing answers?
My powers are very weak, and many tacit discords roam the sonorosphere. Thus, I've been limited in the areas I can explore. All I can do is sit here, lost in thought, trying to figure out who I am.
Are you afraid of knowing the answer?
I am afraid, but not of the answer. I fear never finding one at all. We'll be arriving at the first water rise soon. A few details, if you don't mind.
Feeling nervous?
Of course. The last time I tried to pass it like this... Where were my manners? I can assure you that won't happen again. As for the rest of the way, I see it clearly now.
Wind guide me.
Vines, over there. And that statue.
I can feel strong remnant energy coming from it.
The Order's remnant spark must be inside the statue. Legends speak of how the first Primus used it to purify the first Dark Tide. I see now. The lingering remnants of the Dark Tide must be trapping the spark. To release it, we'll need to clear away the remaining remnants binding it. Once we have the remnant spark, we can use it to burn through the vines.
If the Threnodian created the Dark Tide, maybe Abby can absorb it.
Abby is still unwell. Perhaps we shouldn't burden it further. More Dark Tide remnants. Good thing there isn't much. Leave it to me. Don't worry. This much I can still handle.
Wind guide me.
The vines are remnants of the dark tide. Foam won't be able to cross through them. Let's disembark here and find a way to clear the path.
Seems like a new discovery. An unexpected discovery. Seems like a new discovery. Seems like a new discovery.
This calibrator seems to be operational. One moment. That should do it. Why don't you give it a try? Disperse. It's turning. Rotate the gravity calibrator to change the direction of the gravity's pull. If we use this, we should be able to reach areas we previously couldn't.
An unexpected discovery. Seems like a new discovery. Wind guide me. Seems like a new discovery. Leave it to me. Hopefully this helps. Bad timing. Keep it together. Blast. No hesitation. Hopefully this helps.
Hurry. We need to purify the other statues before the Dark Tide's corruption returns. Sounds like Therm's getting impatient. Let's head back.
Seems like a new discovery. Remnants of the past. Seems like a new discovery. cherish every gain. Hopefully this helps. The end has come. No hesitation. Disperse. Hopefully this helps. Strike from the shadows. I sense your The hour is upon us. Hopefully this helps. Did you feel any discomfort while we were clearing out the remnants?
Nothing out of the ordinary. I felt fine.
Привет.
I suppose this alone is not enough to determine whose resonator I am.
You've helped a lot. Don't worry about that for now. Another water ice is coming up. You planning to hold on to something?
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
Да, привет, было такое.
An unexpected discovery. Seems like a new discovery.
Да нет, я уже привык. Не устаю, не привык уже. Мне это нравится просто. Так, подожди, а куда мне надо? Я что-то понять не могу.
By the way, you said the inverted gravity is to stop the dark tide from descending into the city?
Я что-то пока не понял нифига.
But all we've seen so far are just its remnants.
And that's because this very waterway we're sailing on used to be the dark tide itself. In these waters, gravity isn't the only thing that's inverted. Its very essence is too.
Понятненько, я пока посмотрю, как ты играешь. Да, пожалуйста, конечно. Я сюда первый раз дошел, поэтому ничего не знаю пока. Вот. Ну тут пока понятно, куда идти. Tower of Salvation. Пока что... Ого. Пока что вроде все понятно. Подожди. Налево. Почему налево, почему не направо? Подожди. Там один какой-то... Не понял. Почему налево, если там нет прохода налево? То есть... Сюда проход. А, все правильно, да. Да, пока что.
Obstacles ahead. Let's get off here.
Так, сюда надо. Автоматически. Понятно.
Seems like a new discovery.
Так, понятно. Сверху какие-то сундуки. Да, только непонятно, как туда попасть. Пока что. Блин, я застрял. Ай. Стоп. Так, подожди. Ага. Один где-то здесь находится. А, его надо перевернуть. Все, я понял. Так.
There it is, up there. But judging by the distance, we'd be hard-pressed to make it back in time.
Can you use your ability from somewhere in between to clear them all at once?
I might not have that range. But there may be tacitite devices nearby that can help amplify my forte. Let's see if we can find one.
Tacitite. Так, я понял.
Seems like a new discovery.
Так, стоп, я пока туда не попадаю, да? Понятно. Так, стоп. Подожди. А, понятно. Так, еще бы тут понять, как оно меняется. Я тут... Ага. А ну, подожди. Еще раз. Мне надо на синюю поставить, по-любому. Давай, вернемся. Проверим. Так, синяя вроде бы нормально. Так.
Seems like a new discovery.
Да, я понял. Интересно. Не туда, стоп. Назад. Подожди. Вау! Я сейчас упаду так. Опять не туда. Чуть-чуть. Подожди. Так, я понял. Ладно, надо с этими разобраться.
A tacitite device.
Да, но надо с этими разобраться сперва.
Leave it to me. Strike from the shadows. No hesitation.
Ты меня задолбал вычинить. Может, ты уже умрешь?
No hesitation. Hopefully this helps.
Yes. Еле-еле. Это бесплатная игра. Это Это free game, бесплатная игра. Это она нисколько не стоит, она бесплатна. Так, подожди. Куда мне попасть надо, чтобы я мог... Кажется, я понял.
Seems like a new discovery.
Подожди, а как туда попасть? Подожди. Да, елки-палки расставил. Подожди. Есть. Понял.
An unexpected discovery.
Это главное, что ты понял. Так, ладно. Там я не попаду пока. И там я тоже не попаду никогда. Так, стоп. А ну-ка. Так, там кверх ногами стоит, и тут кверх ногами. Понятно. Хотя вот здесь вот... Подожди. А ну-ка...
Seems like a new discovery.
А ну-ка, подожди. Я понял. Так, стоп. Так, стой, стой, обойди. Назад. Так, тихо. Понятно. Так. Я понял. Залазь. Так. Нам надо перевернуть обратно. Потом обратно перевернем. Давай назад. А чё, я назад не могу? Странно. А почему я назад не могу перевернуть? А, наверное, потом.
Seems like a new discovery.
Да, я понял. Там... Ладно. Давай.
This should do the trick.
Так, все, да?
Leave it to me. Hopefully this helps. Moment of resonance. I sense your weakness.
Что?
No hesitation.
А вы издеваетесь? Статую надо.
Break. Hopefully this helps. Strike from the shadows. No hesitation.
Что еще? Так, стой, как его? Я что тут? А тут только желтая и синяя или зеленая тоже? А, нет, только желтая и синяя. Давай обратно. Желтую. Feeling complete. Так, стоп. Find right to clear all darker minds one.
Seems like a new discovery.
Да я понял, но... Ага, понятно.
Cherish every gain.
Так. Еще один должен быть наверху. Так. это я куда попал? Да почему меня туда не пускает? Я хочу взять сундук. Странно. Я ж хочу сундук взять. А оно меня туда не пускает. Странно. Подожди. Опять назад, да? Ладно.
Seems like a new discovery.
Пока нельзя. Опять драка с кем-то. Что такое?
You okay?
Just catching my breath. You go get the remnants, Park.
А ну сейчас можно? Я надеюсь. Пипец, нельзя. А почему нельзя, блин, взять сундук, а? Вот это меня добивает. Ну ладно. Нельзя так нельзя.
Seems like a new discovery.
Ну и куда? Подожди. Может, сейчас можно? Ну дай, пойду проверю. Хотя я сейчас не верю, сейчас тоже можно, да? Ну дай. О, можно.
Seems like a new discovery.
Наконец. Это уже реально капец. А что в этом сундуке? Когда сундуки находишь, берешь сундуки, уровень твой растет, уровень, level up. Растет уровень потихоньку. Вот. Вот почему надо собирать сундуки. Подожди, я что-то... Ага. Не сюда надо, да? По-моему, да. Да, мне вот на эту фигню. По-моему, мне надо туда ехать.
Up ahead is the Tower of Salvation. And that's where the first pedestal is located.
Tower of Salvation?
Yes, a name taken from the Order's Codex.
Tower of Salvation. Мне надо сюда попасть. Окей. А, понял. Вот поэтому я и собираю все сундуки, чтобы поднимать уровень. Вот. И не только уровень. Так, подожди. А что еще тут?
An unexpected discovery.
Так, XP. Подожди. Интересно. Интересно. Только... Ага, я понял, кажется. Так. Вот сюда надо. Tower. Да, по-моему... Подожди, точно сюда? Да, по-моему, сюда надо. Обалдеть. Так, так, стой. Ага. Понятно. Дальше сюда.
I'd rather know I'm a villain than remain a wanderer, lost in a world without understanding. To live with no memory of the past. Would it be so different from choosing to enter?
Подожди, дай.
I must find the answer. Only then will I know how to face the memories I still carry. As for you, if I really am...
I can take care of myself. If it comes to that, I'll still remember the girl who cared enough to worry about me.
Heal completed. Так, куда мне надо идти дальше? По-моему, вот сюда. Да, точно.
I should go back for Cantarella. Will you wait here for us?
Of course.
I hope you won't mind the extra trip, Foam.
Rumbles.
I saw signs of battle along the way. Is anyone injured?
Good as new, just come fresh. Wounds. My life is flashing before my eyes.
Oh, I insist. Here, take this.
Item obtained. Advance nutrient block. Что это такое, ну? Use it to heal. Лечилка на 20% of select two resonators max HP. Plus an extra 1500 HP only effective.
This is a testament to my connection with the world around me. And it's very much my companion now, bearing witness to everything I've experienced on this journey.
Так, куда дальше? Ага, понятно. Сюда куда-то. Так, по-моему... Пока сюда, да. Так. Дальше. Понятно. По-моему, сюда. Так. All of to the market the next. Так. 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 Понятно. Так. Понятно. Ого. Что там дальше? Entering the door of unity. Entering the door of unity. Transports you to a new area. Changes the direction of gravity. Понятно. Ага. Так, приз получен. Where is as I am? Так. Ого. Вау. Так, куда дальше? Подожди. По-моему, вот сюда надо идти. Еще выше? Что-то я не понял. Так. Подожди. А куда дальше?
There's no knowing what will happen once Turbin is placed on the pedestal. It's best we prepare ourselves.
Все такие умные, а помочь никто.
No
Shit.
longer shall you bear these thorns as a reminder. Forged from primordial seas, this crown shall grant a new identity. Fleur-de-Lis, child of divinity, the Immaculate One, will you uphold the sacred teachings of the Order of the Deep?
I will.
Salvation, unity, ascension. Of these three doctrines, which do you choose?
I choose salvation. I wish to be the Master's blade, striking evil, upholding virtue, and offering salvation to those in peril.
In the name of divinity, I bestow upon you this crown. May the blood of justice never run dry. Through this sacred rite, you become the bridge between the heavens and the living. From this day forward, you shall be the Master's sole receiver and herald. Rise, blessed maiden Fleur-de-Lis. None but the Master shall ever have the right to command you to bend the knee.
I told ya to stop sticking random stuff in here. Do you have any idea how messed up and humongous that frequency was? It's gonna give me indigestion! I should ask you that. What did you do just now, huh? I was dozing when BAM! Out of nowhere, a giant blue ball landed on top of me. It almost squished me.
I'm guessing putting Turvin on the pedestal has something to do with it.
Oh, hey! It smells just as unnatural as that big gigantor back in Jinzhou.
The Sentinel of Jinzhou. If what our little echo friend says is true, then the frequency that entered your tacit mark could be Imperator's powers.
Huh? But the Sentinel isn't even here.
The power to split and manipulate space.
It is reminiscent of the moment of Turvin's creation. Only this time the place of confinement has become your tacit mark.
Why would it do that?
I believe it was meant for the true maiden. Under the right circumstances, the one to wield this sword and enter the sonorosphere would be the Sentinel's resonator, the Blessed Maiden. The Sentinel entrusted their power to the resonator so that she could lend assistance when the corruption of the Threnodian altered them. Quite logical, isn't it?
You don't seem too thrilled about it.
If Imperator set this in motion, then their original plan has already failed. Cardathia, that means your guidance holds the key now.
But
I believe in you. Is there anything else you remember?
I just remembered the day I was crowned by the Order. And the moment the dark tide descended upon us. Huh?
But I didn't see the dark tide.
That is all I can remember.
Is that what you saw?
You witnessed it as well, Cantarella?
No. I only saw fragmented, blurry images. They seemed to belong to other places within the sonorosphere. I believe this is where we should rest. We'll wait until sunrise.
I'm gonna hit the sack as well. Boy, it's so cramped.
Now, what could you possibly want with me at a time like this?
Is it true that the Phasalia family was one of the factions that started the conflict in that stained glass?
The leader of one such faction, to be exact. That was a long time ago. After their defeat, the Union was disbanded under immense pressure, and the Phasalias gradually withdrew from the public eye.
Is this why you had no choice but to publicly change your beliefs?
No. The reasons for the Phasalia family relinquishing their pride and enduring disgrace are far more intricate than that.
What do you mean?
Long ago, Turvin was actually given to the Phasalia family by the first Primus, Napoli II. When the conflict had settled, he arranged a private meeting with the head of the family to reveal the truths behind the pilgrimage. He told the Phasalias that when he traveled through the first dark tide and reached its end, there was no sanctuary, only a battlefield filled with darkness and suffering. The heavenly voices he heard were not revelations from the divinity, but the seductive whispers of the Threnodian, casting a lure for puppets to bite. As I told you before, Leviathan is a Threnodian who uses beliefs to spread a spiritual plague. You see, it requires a puppet to carry its voice. The Sentinel realized the Threnodian's plots, and thus the first Dark Tide was launched as a hasty reaping of Raguna and the Sentinel. To save Raguna from the grim fate brought by the Dark Tide, the Sentinel split a portion of their power and entrusted it to Napoli II. This power allowed him to imbue the Echoes with the strength to repel the Tacit Discords and purify the Dark Tide.
And this power was released through the lantern depicted in the stained glass?
Yes. The other part was kept inside Turvin. It was in that very moment, when the Sentinel's power had been weakened, that the Threnodian corrupted and merged with their body, transforming the Sentinel into the form you see today.
If what you're saying is true, the first Primus should have been on Imperator's side. Did the spiritual plague you mentioned affect him?
Although the Primus's body remained whole, his soul was torn apart, caught in the ceaseless struggle between the Threnodian and the Sentinel. Within the body they now shared. The Sentinel's power failed to shield the Primus from the Threnodian's influence. As the two divinities vied for dominance, he succumbed to many misdeeds against his own people. In the end, during that private meeting, he confessed the truth to the head of the Thessalias and begged for release.
So that's why he passed so abruptly.
The Thessalia family was powerless against the Order at that time. Our only recourse was to submit to their cause and keep the secret locked away in our hearts, waiting for the right moment to act. Now, what could you possibly want with me at a time like this?
You were pretty harsh on Cardathia.
Before I learned of those record secrets, I had only seen her from afar, heard tales of her accomplishment. While I would be willing to believe she stands with humanity, the more I allow myself to cling to such thoughts, it's only then I can be certain these thoughts are my own, and not the whispers I... Now, what could you possibly want with me at a time like... A trivial experiment. Yet after trying for so long...
I don't think she wants to continue this conversation. Better to stop pressing.
Now, what could you possibly want with me at a time like this? Well, I don't intend to wait around.
Are you going to search those areas we passed before alone?
The more clues, the better, don't you think? Oh, and take this. Afraid I've slipped something extra in? Or perhaps you're contemplating dinner with me.
I'm just curious why the matriarch of the Thessalia family packs her own food.
Food is always an easy target for those who find me less than pleasing.
This is a testament to my connection with the world around me, and it's very much my companion now, bearing witness to everything I've experienced on this journey.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask? I'll share with you all that I can remember. It is...
I take it you don't mean that in a...
It is a place where sickness hung from a literal standpoint. In the beginning, the dead, even those who... When a soul is corrupt, and when every faithful, the final act of the dark tide...
Is this the future you saw after coming into contact with the dark tide?
Yes. Is there anything else you'd like to ask? I'll share with you all that I can remember. That was its name before it became a sonorosphere. This seminary, built in an island, was not just a place of learning.
What did they teach?
The Order scriptures.
Shouldn't a seminary focus more on cultural arts?
This was a seminary reserved only for resonators. Besides, the doctrine of salvation emphasized the importance. Is there anything else you'd like to ask? I'll share with you all that I can remember. The Sword of Discord, Hogness, and the Sword of Virtue, Haltier. I can't remember anything else about Hogness, but as for Haltier, it was my former blade. How did it end up being one of the swords that can break the seal?
Perhaps we'll know once we find it.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask? I'll share with you all that you should get some rest.
You mean besides being squashed behind that Listen, I figured something out about that It's not a single frequency. It's like it's mixed up with something else. Or kinda like, a piece of cookie that's been crumbled in with everything else. Which is why it's so hard to get a good bite. To see if it was a threat. But since it's a crumbly
we might encounter something similar at the next two pedestals. Keep an eye on this for me, will you?
Will do. You can count on me, 100%.
I thought I'd slip away quietly and avoid any fuss. But now, here I am dealing with one of you. Since you're all here, how about a morning stroll? They're a lot feistier than before.
Need help?
Oh, this will be fun. Feel the tide flow. Why not savor this? The nerve.
One with the sound.
Well, this is where our paths must part.
You're here for the Sentinel. Why would you leave now?
What I saw yesterday caught my attention. It may be tied to the Sentinel. And besides, I'd rather not spend the day twiddling my thumbs, seeing as your gondola only holds 2.
Are you sure you want to go alone?
Such concern for me. I do hope to see the fruits of your labor when I return. Mind if I take Turvin?
Go ahead. It's no use now that it's out of the pedestal. Its energy is gone.
It may still come in handy.
I'll add you in my terminal. Call me if you need help.
I just might ring you up once things are settled.
If only I could still fight.
Everyone's doing their part. Don't worry. Nobody's perfect. The waterway up ahead is completely blocked.
That garden once housed dragon echoes. Now there's nothing left but tacit discords.
Wind guide me.
Harkness should be here somewhere. This is where the acolytes used to be tested. Perhaps that Steely over there has instructions on what to do.
You don't remember from your exams?
As the Blessed Maiden, I was exempt. Sounds like they're talking about one of the 3 major belief systems, the faith of unity. I don't remember the pieces being spread out like this. Maybe we could find a way to move them.
Let's give it a try. We still need to rebuild the waterway. There's no point in finding Hogness if we can't repair the waterway. At that distance, we should take a wing ray.
I'll have to guide it.
Hold on tight. Don't go falling off.
That one. It isn't supposed to be here. There's a gravity calibrator up ahead. Let's put it to good use.
Cardathea, grab on tight.
Huh? Oh, okay. That's our goal, right there. But how do we move it?
Help me guide the wing ray to the top of the statue.
Of course. But what do you have in mind? Is this really okay?
Saves us the trouble of finding some trigger mechanism. Are these the so-called dragons?
Is that a problem?
The last one was bigger.
Which last one?
Gehenna. Ever heard of it?
I used to write it. It's Hogness. There's a gravity calibrator behind the collapsed wall we just passed. We can use it to reorientate ourselves. The remnant spark should be able to incinerate the thorns on the left.
Cherish every gain.
Всем спасибо за просмотр, всем пока. Thanks everyone for watching my stream, see you next time.